We have a house. We have a house. Chocolate chip muffin. Oh, they make them a little dense. I think they need to let the baking powder do its job for a little longer. Yeah. Yeah. So anywho, soundtrack in the background, but yeah. Once upon a time, I was on an internet forum, in fact the CARM forums, and I encountered an evangelical who insisted that he used to be an atheist just like me. And so he knew all about what I was going through. Yeah. So I asked him, exactly in what way were you just like me? And the story he told violated all of reality. He said that he used to collect welfare in Oklahoma. Now I want you to think about this. Oklahoma is notorious for really low rates of payment to welfare recipients and very harsh conditions. So anyway, on welfare in Oklahoma, and every morning he would get up and he would drink 5 gallons, mind you, of whiskey. And then he would put on a t-shirt that had blasphemes written all over it. What are blasphemes? I don't know. And then he would go downtown and he would harass the prostitutes. He would harass them. So I thought about this and thought about this and thought about this and said, well, that's very interesting, but in what way were you just like me? And he repeated the story verbatim. So I pointed out to him that Oklahoma welfare only pays about $150 a month to a single male at that time. Yeah. And I asked him if he knew how much a gallon of whiskey cost, and he said, oh, about 75 cents. Now, it should be noted that a gallon of whiskey has not cost 75 cents since before Confederation. That's 1867. In fact, in 1865, a gallon of whiskey cost $1. That's in 1865. By 1990, the price of a gallon of whiskey, this is a gallon, mind you, was somewhere in the realm of $600 or $700 for good whiskey. But you could get cheap whiskey for a mere $50 for a 1.5 liter bottle. And with this, you could make up a gallon by buying 3 bottles of whiskey. That's $150 for 1 gallon a day. And you'll notice the math doesn't really add up because I'm rounding off very heavily. I'm rounding the numbers heavily. But yeah. So 5 gallons of whiskey. 5 gallons of whiskey. That's $750 a day. 5 gallons, $750 a day, roughly. I think it's 750. Please, somebody go over my math and correct me, but I think it's around 750. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I explained it. That's $750 a day. Multiply that by 30. You're talking thousands and thousands of dollars every month. You're making less than $150 a month. On top of which, if you tried to drink 5 gallons of whiskey, you would die. And his answer was, oh no, I'm tough. I can handle a lot of booze. I can handle a lot of liquor. And I pointed out to him that it's not a matter of being tough. It's a matter of the maximum capacity of your stomach. 5 gallons of whiskey, 5 gallons of milk, 5 gallons of water. They're all going to make your stomach burst. You're going to burst your stomach and die.
I need to get some.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So anyway, I explained this and pointed out that his excuses were not working. And there's no way that any of his story was true. And finally, on the story of harassing prostitutes, I pointed out that I would never harass prostitutes because their lives are hard enough, and I don't want to make them harder. These poor women suffer enormously. Harassing them just makes their suffering that much greater, and is cruel and unnecessary behavior. So that just left the t-shirt with blasphemes written on it. And he didn't notice that I missed that, because honestly, I don't even know what blasphemes are. But I can say this, that I tend to wear t-shirts that don't have anything written on them. Or if they do, it's a beautiful artistic design, not blasphemes, and certainly not advertising for a commercial product of any sort. I'm not a huge fan of advertising. I am not a billboard, thank you very much. But the point is, this guy's understanding of atheism came from Jack Chick, or some other creator and purveyor of evangelical comics. He had never arrived at atheism. He had no idea what atheism was. And he only had the vaguest understanding of what people outside of his immediate church community were, let alone how we lived. I think he probably watched some of those ABC made-for-TV movies from the mid to late 70s that were supposed to impart moral lessons about being a proper, upstanding, God-fearing Christian in America. Yeah, those movies, which were all really, really bad, and they could only survive by being on television. And the advertising that was interspersed in commercial breaks was all from local car dealerships. Yeah. So this guy didn't know what atheism was. And talking to me enlightened him quite a bit. He learned that, no, I don't drink a lot of whiskey at all. And it's not because I'm not tough. It's because I just don't like whiskey that much. And I don't like being drunk. It's not a good feeling. Now, I do qualify that by saying happy drunk is very different from regular drunk. And I do that once a year at Summerfolk, the big music festival that I do every year. But that's 1.5 weeks out of a total of 52 weeks of the year when I'm pretty much cold sober. Boringly cold sober. Yeah. And this guy was quite surprised, quite shocked even, by just how normal I was, just how ordinary I was, and just how unexciting I was. Yeah. So, anywho, that's just one of the many evangelicals who use the "I was an atheist like you once" sermon on me. And just like all the rest, he very quickly demonstrated that he had no idea what an atheist was, let alone how atheists think, feel, believe, etc. You would be amazed at the bullshit stories that evangelicals use when they are trying to convince you that they used to be just like you. Yeah. Anywho. It's fun making a video in a busy restaurant. Yeah, trying to be discreet about it. Anywho, ta-ta, take care, be well, stay safe, love yous all. Okay, bye-byes. Yeah, so it is snowing. It's winter. Well, that was really fucking sudden.